Smarty Pants, quick question. Have you ever been in the car on the way to somewhere fun, like your friend's birthday party or a sleepover or the beach or summer camp, when this happens?
Ma, how much longer till we get to the beach?
I don't know, Marty. Looks like everyone had the same idea we did. This traffic is a nightmare.
Yep, traffic jams are indeed a nightmare, except you can't wake up. All you can do is... You hope, well, maybe it won't be so bad.
Let's see what the traffic report says.
Chet Dickerson with a live traffic update. We've got a stalled-out tractor-trailer truck causing massive delays on the Garden State Parkway. The traffic stretches for miles. If you're thinking about going to the beach today, forget it. And now, sports.
No! What are we gonna do?
What can you do? You either have to wait it out or give up and go home. Unless...
Okay, buckle up, everyone.
Ma, I'm already buckled in.
We'll make sure it's tight. We're gonna be flying soon.
You did hear the traffic report, right? They said the roads are jammed.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. And when I said flying, I meant flying.
Wait, our car can fly?
How's that possible? Flying cars don't exist. Or do they?
Oh, I should also mention, I'm from the future. Hang on.
Whoa, cool! I don't believe it. I'm in a flying car. We're driving above the traffic. Wow, it really does go for miles. We just passed a bird. And the traffic helicopter. Hi, Chet. Hey. This is incredible. But could this really happen? We have big and small planes, so why not flying cars? What other cool stuff will cars do in the future? It's time to strap in for another whiff of science on...
Who smarted? Who's smarted? Who's smart? Is it you? Is it me? Is it science or history? Listen up, everyone. We make smarting lots of fun on Who's Smarted.
Right now, in the present, there are cars that can drive and park all by themselves. Ooh. But what about a car that can fly? Have you ever wished a car you were in could fly? I know I have ever since I saw one fly in Back to the Future.
And Ron Weasley flew one in the Harry Potter movies.
There are also flying cars in Men in Black, Blade Runner, The Jetsons, and of course, in many, many comic books.
And now you get to be in one.
Yeah, but that's only because you're from the future. There's no flying cars today.
Are you sure about that?
What do you think, Smarty Pants? Do flying cars exist today? Any guesses? The truth is, they do exist.
They do?
Believe it or not, there are a number of flying cars being made right now. And they aren't even the first ones to be manufactured. One vehicle, called the Aerocar, comes with wings that can change a car into a plane in just 10 minutes. It works so well, the government even approved it for everyone to use. Can you guess when that happened? Was that in A, 2020, B, 2015, or C, 1956?
Couldn't have been too long ago. I'm going with A, 2020.
Nope,
Oh, well then it must have been B, 2015.
wrong again. It's actually C, 1956.
1956? Grandpa was just a kid then. But wait, if they've been around so long, why isn't everyone flying around in one of these?
Good question. Any guesses why we're not all flying around today? Go ahead, shout them out. I definitely heard some good thinking. The fact is, the Aerocar faced a lot of problems that other flying car models have also had over the years. Namely, they're very expensive to make, and the mix of car and plane hasn't quite been perfected yet. As a car, it was too small and cramped. You wouldn't even be able to fit a family of four inside, never mind groceries or luggage or your Labrador Retriever. As a plane, the Aerocar was too heavy because it was bogged down with equipment for driving on the road and other necessary things for driving safety, such as headlights. In other words, it didn't perform very well in the air or on the ground. And while the creators had hoped to get enough support to build hundreds of Aerocars, they ended up only making 6.
Only 6?
Yep, it's not easy making a vehicle that drives like a car and flies like a plane.
Aw, I was hoping everyone would have a flying car when I grew up.
The good news is, automakers aren't giving up. In fact, There are a lot more people working on flying cars today than there were 10 years ago, and there are more than 100 projects underway. Many new designs look more like the remote-controlled drones you've probably seen people playing with. Instead of making cars with wings, which would need a runway to take off like a plane, they're designing cars with rotors, which would allow them to just lift up vertically, like a mini helicopter, but not as noisy. Many of these cars have been built and are being tested, and there's a chance you might see one flying around within the next 15 years.
Cool.
But there's something else you have to think about. It's not a problem now, but it will be in the future.
I think I know what you're talking about. Can you give us a hint what it is?
Sure. Hold on tight. I'm gonna do a loop.
Whoa!
Now let's zigzag.
Whee!
Now that was easy to do in an empty sky over a field. But can you guess what would happen if everyone had a car like this?
What do you say, Smarty Pants? Yep, I heard someone say it. Go ahead, Mom. Tell him.
It's no problem for me to swerve our flying car around now, but if there were lots of flying cars in the sky, I'd probably end up crashing into one. Millions of minor car accidents happen on the ground every year. Most times people aren't seriously hurt. We call those fender benders. But what would happen if a crash occurred up in the air? Even a small one could cause you, or the car, or part of the car to fall back down to earth. And that could lead to major injuries. And if it landed on someone on the ground or hit a house, that's even more injuries and damage.
Air traffic controllers at airports keep planes from hitting each other, but that's only about 10,000 planes in the air at any given time. Now, think about how many cars are on the road. That's millions. There's no way anyone would be able to keep track and handle so many cars at once. A new system of flight would have to be created, with new rules, air traffic management, and technology to keep cars from hitting each other.
Of course, in the future, flying cars are run by computers, so there's almost no chance of people accidentally crashing into each other.
And the coolest part is, that technology is very close to becoming a reality today.
No way!
Yes way! And I'm excited to tell you all about it, right after this quick break. Now back to Who Smarted. I gotta say, flying in a car is just as thrilling as I had imagined it would be.
Yeah, too bad everyone can't have a flying car. It would be cool to have my friends flying around too.
Well, Marty, they'll have to wait. But maybe not that long.
Sure, Mom. The movie said we were gonna have flying cars years ago.
That's true, but now we're closer than ever before. Even the popular rideshare company Uber is trying to get people flying. They're actually designing skyports in cities for flying taxis. And people may start using them as soon as 2023, which is just 2 years from now. And there are other companies hoping to compete with Uber in the air taxi business. So you may see quite a few out there relatively soon. A lot of these cars are going to be fully electric too. That means they'll help reduce global warming, making them cool in more ways than one.
Ooh, I like that.
But wait, there's more. Remember how your mom said computers control the flying cars of the future?
Yeah?
Well, automakers today are working on regular cars that can be run by computers. You wouldn't need a driver, you just plug in an address and off you go. This technology is being tested as we speak. Of course, many car experts had thought it would be ready for use by now. But like with everything else, it's taking a little longer than planned.
Here we go again.
Trust me, it's gonna happen.
Just like with flying cars, automakers haven't given up on self-driving technology. And there are major car companies involved like GM, Toyota, Honda, Volvo, and Tesla. Even Google is testing self-driving cars. They'll all make this technology widely available once it's perfected. But it's a huge challenge. Each car has to have lots of sensors to detect other cars and objects, and computers have to be programmed so that cars know how to respond to every possible driving situation and safety hazard. And believe me, there are lots of them. For example, you have to make sure a self-driving car can drive on wet, slippery roads, or stop if a dog darts out in front of it. You can be sure these cars won't be allowed on the roads until they are proven safe.
Oof, that sounds like a lot of work.
Yes, but the experts are up for the challenge, and they'll figure it out. Just like we put astronauts on the moon. Just look at how fast technology is improving. Not too long ago, flat-screen TVs, touchscreens, video chats, and virtual reality were just science fiction too.
Good point, Mom. And if auto experts are right, it won't be long before people will be using self-driving and flying cars. And then, who knows what's next?
I do. Get ready for candy-flavored vegetables, holographic playdates, and video games you can touch and smell.
No way! That sounds cool!
Well, the smell part isn't always cool. Turns out Animal Crossing isn't as much fun when you can smell the animals.
Hey, Mom, can we do another loop?
I don't think my stomach can handle another one of those.
That's okay. We're at the beach.
Already? Wow, that was quick! I love flying.
Me too.
Yeah. There's one problem. There's nowhere to park.
A big shout out and happy belated birthday to Kelsey in Gainesville, Florida. Thanks for listening to Who Smarted. This episode, Future Cars, was written by Dave Beaudry and voiced by Jenna Hoban, Adam Tex Davis, and Jerry Colbert. Technical direction and sound design by Josh Hahn. Who Smarted is recorded and mixed at the Relic Room Studios. Our associate producer is Max Kamaski. The theme song is by Brian Suarez, with lyrics written and performed by Adam Tex Davis. Who Smarted was created and produced by Adam Tex Davis and Jerry Colbert. This is an Atomic Entertainment production.